Case. Let's go ahead and bring in Republican New York Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis. She serves on the House Ways and Means Committee. Congresswoman, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. So look, this is yet another incident of somebody who shouldn't have even been in this country in the first place, allegedly committing a heinous crime. This poor woman was burned so badly they still can't even ID her days after this. Mayor Adams wants federal charges in this case. Is that something you think would be appropriate here?
Well, I think federal charges could be very well appropriate here. I think the bigger issue is that we have this ongoing policy in the city of New York in which we're not cooperating with immigration and customs enforcement to remove people who are here illegally and dangerous. This is a horrific murder, and it has sent shockwaves throughout our city and the country, but certainly not the first that we've seen this year of murders by migrants who are here illegally. And the fact that the city and the state has no plans to change the existing law, to cooperate, to restore ICE to Rikers Island, to ensure that we're cooperating to deport these individuals is very problematic. And in fact, what you're hearing from Democrats is the opposite, that they want to actually put in place more laws to prevent President Trump, his administration, Tom Homan, his border czar, from removing these dangerous individuals from our city and state. And so, sadly, I don't know what type of tragedy it will take for the people in this city, the Democrats who run our city and state, to actually wake up and see that something needs to change. And they should look at just what happened in this past election. 15% increase in a margin for President Trump. And a lot of it has to do with this mass illegal migration crisis. And so people want accountability. They want criminals to be held accountable. They want people who are here illegally wreaking havoc on our streets, whether they be gang members or drug traffickers or hardened criminals, to be deported. And they want just generally criminals to be in jail, not released over and over back into our streets as we see happening under current state law.
And we heard Nate talk about this at the end of his report. Earlier today, Mayor Eric Adams posted a video on X where he talked to subway riders about what they would like to see in terms of safety. Here's part of that.
What do you think we can do to make people feel safer? What do you think?
I think more police.
On the trains, on the cars themselves.
You see people dealing with mental health illness?
Yes.
How do you think the best way to handle that?
I don't even know, because I'm like, nobody does nothing. They just let them, what they do, they just
Pass by,
pass by.
We're under a tunnel. What can we do, you know?
Right.
We need somebody to secure us.
Congresswoman, the last person that tried to do something on one of these subways was Daniel Penny, and they tried to throw him in prison for getting involved. So, in your opinion, do you think there's some bleed over effect from that, where people saw what happened to him and they say, hey, I don't want to get involved with this. I don't want to get arrested for trying to do something?
Well, first of all, Mayor Adams has been there now for 4 years. And we're still seeing that nothing has been done in terms of really restoring public safety in our transit system. And the governor is no better. I mean, she was on this train not that long ago taking selfies, in fact, posting that selfie later on in the day after this poor woman was burned to death. And then a day after, someone else was also shot and stabbed. So what I'm trying to say is, it's one thing for them to go and ride the subways and make these videos and post these selfies, but when it comes to actual action, they will not change the laws that are leading to this mess. We still have the sanctuary policy in place. You still have the bail law in place. They are not adding enough cops, not just to the subway system, but to our city. We are down thousands of cops from where we were on September 11th, 2001. And that is very concerning. It should concern all New Yorkers that we don't have the manpower that we should in our NYPD at this moment. And then when we do have cops, their hands are tied, again, because of the policies of these administrations. And so, you know, the other thing we have to stop is this idea that you can just walk, you know, not pay and jump the turnstile. There's no enforcement there. So you have people who are sleeping on the subway, homeless people who have come in, and criminals as well that have conducted illegal activity, as we saw happening this last week. But they haven't taken those actions to reverse those policies. And I think that that's my plea for the mayor and the governor, is to take these concerns of public safety serious and change the laws to protect New Yorkers.
And ICE says they've been informed by New York that they will not cooperate with their detainer request on this guy, which is jaw-droppingly shocking considering he intentionally set a woman on fire and killed her. It's just a head-scratcher. Congresswoman, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Anita?